Exceptional X-Men has to be the worst comic book I've maybe ever read. You could tell by the cover here that it was going to be a complete train wreck. I mean, you could tell just by the fact that Ewing's writing it that it's going to be a complete train wreck. She's got her job via nepotism. Everything she's ever done has just been identity politics awfulness. And I could just see Tom Breevort and the editors at the X going, "It's not for you. Not everything's created for you." As they try to take X-Men and turn it into like a teenage girl's brand, which is insane. Everything has to be a teenage girl's brand all the time now. The X-Men is obviously a male-centric property. It doesn't make any sense this way. And it's just a cluster. But, I mean, her writing on this, immediately, if I was the editor, I'd just be like, you didn't write a team book. You wrote Kitty Pryde, from her first-person perspective, whining for an entire issue. This is not acceptable. This is not how heroes act. It's not a good first issue. It doesn't hook anybody. It does quite the opposite. It makes me never want to read a comic book again. It's that bad. And, all these people on the cover, the green they, them that's right there, the one up top and the right who I don't know what it is. I don't want to assume it's gender. Not even in the book, okay? This they, them shows up about halfway through it. I think she's a lesbian. And Emma Frost, they throw her in the last page, just to we better pretend this is a team book real quick. It is so haphazardly written. It's just like a masterclass on how not to write a comic book. Now, I know how to write comic books, guys. I have my Hidden Emperor graphic novel project online right now. This is crushing it, as you can see. It's our best-selling graphic novel ever, and it's a space rip-roaring adventure with real heroism, an actual story that goes somewhere. My characters don't just sit around and mope. It's quite the opposite of what Marvel and DC are doing these days. I would love for you to check this out. Support independent comics. This is the real deal. We are almost wrapping up with this, so don't miss it. It's in the description below, and I'd love for you to join us with our independent comics movement. We're just getting started. I'm writing some great books this month. I have to write 4 different comic scripts this month. I've got artists going round the clock. Because we are being the alternative to Marvel and DC, and it's a great jumping on point right here. Thank you guys so much for the support already. It's in the description below. And do hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here as we talk about all things comics as we get into this. So if you don't know, X-Men relaunched this last month. Gail Simone has a book. Jed McKay has a book. I love Gail's book. Jed's book, I think, is okay. It's readable. And then this was the third one. And I actually predicted early on that Gail was going to play it very, very safe, lean into nostalgia, try to get things going on that level, and she did exactly that. Jed McKay is, he kind of writes popcorn stuff, and there's not a lot to it from what I could tell, but it's readable. Now, I said, Tom Breevort was going, the message is the fiction with the X-Men. And I'm like, I don't think Gail's going to really do that. I don't think Jed McKay really typically does that with his books. So they hire Ewing to do a third book. And this one here is where they're going to put all the identity politics in it, make it as cringy as possible. And that's exactly what we've got. So it starts out, Kitty Pryde is a bartender. And there's the first 5 pages are her whining about how stressful it is being a bartender. She goes home. She lays down on a bed almost crying. Her roommate's sad. She talks about how she's depressed. Not only is she depressed, she's anxious. And I'm like, oh, God, this is painful. Why? What's going on here? Why would you ever start out a book with 5-6 pages of some character whining about being depressed and anxious? This is a superhero book. Where's the threats? Where's the big battles? Where's the promise of some epic climax here? It's quite the opposite. And as it gets into this, she actually, what's interesting is they have to go at the bigots, right? So one guy's kind of reasonable, and some guys saying, oh, they should lock up all the mutants, and of course they're a stand-in for LGBTs now. What's interesting here is they actually have 2 black guys do it, instead of 2 white guys. So Marvel is attempting to go a little more subtle with things these days. 2 years ago, there would have been no way. These would have 100% been white males being the bigots that she's going to be mad about, that she just listens to and just takes it and complains about in her dialogue boxes over and over and over again. She's useless. And then, like I said, she goes home and starts crying. Now, at some point, while she's here's one where she's in bed just Meh. A dead end, don't judge. Believe it or not, I have a date tonight. And like this is a theme that like kind of happens through this entire book. She's talking like almost like she's She-Hulk or Deadpool talking to the camera, but it's not funny. And so it's like, who are you talking to? What are we really doing the fourth wall thing in a like mainline X-Men book here? And again, like we are how many pages into this? Like 7, 8. I like her little Jewish star right there. Nice virtue signal. But nothing's happened, and it's all Kitty Pryde. There's nobody else in the comic book. It's not a team book. They should have named it Kitty Pryde, bisexual, whatever. Because spoiler, that's the next part. The date tonight is with another woman. So of course, what's his name is no longer with her. Colossus. There's no longer that epic thing that was classic with them. She now just dates girls because this is exceptional X-Men. They should have called it Special X-Men. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. And when she gets into it, the funniest part, like the date stands her up. She ends up going to some concert, which is some chick power band. Of course, it's all girl action. Yay! No men in X-Men. It's really bizarre. But when she meets up, and this is what I'm talking about when she's like talking to the camera. This is my one night off this week. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to do fun single girl things in the city. Yeah, that's exactly what we were all looking for with an X-Men book. This is not your target demographic. Like who are you? Who is this for? Like Sex in the City. Well, one is not for the teen girl audience. So this is 20 years ago type of dialogue right here, and that's what they're trying to do. The Sarah Jessica Parker bit. I mean, there's no audience for this. There's nobody who wants to read this. It is so far off the mark. You got to be out of your mind to publish this. Like, I don't know what Tom Breevort's thinking because it's really his fault as the editor. Ewing is going to do this every time. We know this. Tom Breevort, it's his job to say no. This is a team book about mutant superheroes who are fighting against evil villains, like with powers and stuff like that. You're not going to do single girl things in the city. And then have a character who's moping in bed for several pages. It's insanity. So we're like almost halfway through the book and nothing's happened. She goes into the concert and of course somebody gets bullied and of course she ends up being a mutant, a little black girl, I guess. And she's got like, don't touch me. She's got like the super hard impervious skin. She is Colossus, literally, but a black girl. So instead of having Colossus, we don't get him. She's a black girl. Kitty Pryde kind of ushers her out of there, and I guess she's going to mentor her or whatever. Maybe it's get some groomer relationship. Kitty Pryde's literally grooming this underage mutant in here. I mean, that's what it looks like because it's all about lesbianism, and for like she's got her black roommate who she's attracted to. I mean, I think she has a type. I really do. So this is meant to be a Colossus replay. It's so cringe, and Kitty Pryde just ushers her out of there. As everybody's like trying to bully this girl. And then they go home and the girl writes her a thank you card. And that's the whole issue. Literally nothing else. There was no real drama. There was no real epic fight scenes. There was a little bit like of Kitty disappearing or whatever, but it was just run away and then mope and cry at the beginning, mope and cry at the end. And that's it. And then she's happier once this happens. She's and the bartender boss notices that she's moping less now. Yay. And it says the end. This is the cringiest part of the book right here. So literally we're about 18 pages into it. It's like, what? It's over? The end. And LOL, JK. I'm dead serious. She LOL JK'd after the end. And so the next 2 pages just show Emma Frost existing and like she's following Kitty around. There are other characters in this book. It's supposed to be a team. I better write one in real quick for the last 2 pages. It's so bad. And so, yes, this is an absolute failure as a comic book. It is a travesty to X-Men. It's one of the worst things ever. This is worse than Vita Ayala's crap at the Krakoa crap by far. And we haven't even gotten to all those they, them characters yet. I can't wait. It's going to get even worse. And I do have the comic. It's like... it's easier to get images up here. I kind of want to tear it up on a live stream or something like that. Maybe I'll do that next week. So make sure to show up to my live stream and we can tear up and yell at comic books together because this is that bad. It, like I said, the dialogue's so cringy. I was reading it to you. That LOLJK, the end. Oh my gosh. Like I said, it makes me never want to read comics again. It's that bad. And I'm creating comics, but there is an alternative. You don't have to read this book. You can read my book, guys. It's way better. Check it out. I would love for you to read this. Cool. Just got a new backer. Appreciate you for being there. We appreciate our customers. We are going to tailor our stories to you and to what you're going to like because it's pretty easy, I think. I mean, it seems not that hard just to tell a story that's fun and action-packed, but they can't do it. Marvel Comics, my friends. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Back the Hidden Emperor, and please hit the like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.